Namaste. Udaipur, known as the City of Lakes, captures the dignity and decorum, the pageantry and piety of our ancient yet vibrant Hindu heritage. When kingship gave way to democracy following India's independence in 1947, the Mewar dynasty still retained its living legacy through a strategy devised by the king. His property became heritage hotels and museums, while Udaipur's grand celebrations attracted tourists and indeed valuable foreign exchange. In a special documentary, Sunday Sadhana takes you to the land of the Rajas, a land of royalty, a land where prayer and prosperity meet in festivals like Holi.
The Mewar dynasty is said to be the world's oldest surviving dynasty, spanning over 1,500 years and 75 generations. Believed to be descendants of the sun god Surya, they have played an important role in Indian history as fearless crusaders of Hindu principles and traditions, triumphantly surviving both the Mughal and British rule.
The royal families were the families who upheld the tradition of the people they represented. There was a special bond between the royal family and the subjects. It was like a parivar. Parivar in Hindi means a close union of family members. Such kind of trust ensured that there was no red tapeism, there was no hassle in bureaucratic administration, and third, the dispensing of justice was very fast, transparent and efficient. These are the hallmarks of the royal setup.
The pious humility of the Maharana or king has always been the distinguishing mark of the dynasty. Lord Shiva, in the form of Sri Eklingji, is regarded as the true ruler over the land, with the king's role being that of a custodian to maintain and protect what has been granted by the Lord.
Hinduism is the backbone of this country. It has been existing since it goes back to 5,000 years, as they say. And it's a very liberal religion, I must say. And the best thing about it is that it has adapted with the times.
The Mewar dynasty is known as Hindua Suraj. The meaning of Hindua Suraj is the son of the Hindus. That is the reason whatever is mentioned in the scriptures, the prerogative of implementing the ideology of the scriptures into practical and implementable instruments always lay with the king.
Actually, the House of Mewar was founded as a consequence of a Guru Shishya Parampara, like, the Guru having given the state in trust. We are actually not the rulers, but the prime ministers of the state of Mewar. The real ruler is our Shiva Eklingji, and therefore this whole concept of rulership is that of a custodianship and not kingship. We consider that we are just custodians and here in transit, and we don't have the right to own. And without the strength of law or redressing it anywhere, is being observed very successfully for 76 generations.
You see, the Mewar dynasty came into existence in 734 AD, exactly 1400 years ago. Since 1400 years, they are the unbroken custodians of the people of Mewar.
Udaipur's art, artifacts and architecture capture the grandeur and nobility, the tradition and honor of an era long gone by.
We are quite proud of our rich heritage and culture of Rajasthan, and particularly if you speak about art and culture, this miniature art is our main area. Previously, these artists, they were the main person who used to depict all those events which were happening in the olden times, because you were not having all these modern gadgets like movie cameras and which could store those events and people so that they can see later. So these artists was the part of those teams. Later on, when those religious books, when they came into existence. Previously, those paintings, either they were the part of the wall, the mural, in the palaces, on the walls you can find a lot of elephant, horses, battle scene and all that. But later on, when it was an urge for these paintings to brought down into the size of a book, because when the religious books came into existence and it was an urge to teach people about the religion, then all big paintings were reduced into a small size, and that's how the term miniature, it came into existence. But miniature, it doesn't mean the paintings are small. The details, the minute things, all those, they are very small. The intricacy is very, what your naked eyes cannot see in those big paintings. You can see those paintings. In a small painting, you can see everything, a long distance thing, and very nicely done. Normally, you have a lot of influence of the Krishna, the lifestyle, the messages, what he has given in Mahabharata and all that. So those you will find in the miniature paintings. Definitely you have in this painting. And then you have the famous battles which were being fought for the pride and the dignity.
The colourful festivals and fairs depict its cultural prosperity and rich history. The detailed artwork brings to life the vibrant heritage of Udaipur, while the theme of religion has always been inherent in all festivals.
We have a particular festival called Dashera, very much characterizes the victory of goodness on the evil, because Lord Rama, he conquered the Ravana. So the similar way, the sword and the horses, they used to have a major role in the lifestyle of the people, and the Maharanas especially, the kings and all that, because they say that if you have a good sword and a good horse, you can conquer the world.
We come from a family who are always devoted to the Maharana and the state of Mewar, and right from ages we have been associated with Mewar and the families. You see, the Maharana, he is next to the god, he is the Diwan of Eklinji. All the farmers and the subjects look upon him as disciple of God only, and he performs the puja for the whole lot of his community, not for himself.
The king, as custodian of this rich legacy, takes personal care to ensure all festivals are celebrated meticulously, albeit majestically, and none more so than the festival of Holi.
This is all part of living heritage. I mean, you should know that Holi is because of A, B, C and D. There are different colors worn during this time. There is different music being played at this time. There are different ragas being played at this time. Great deal of festivity, great deal of color, great deal of euphoria, because the fields are all lush and the hope is there. As far as the festivities is concerned, it has also got a mythological story behind it, where Holika and Prahlad, and she's the demon and Prahlad is the little child. It's a bit like David and Goliath and the victory of good over evil. So again, a reminder of that.
Holika Dan at the palace is a spectacular celebration of pious pageantry, where the fervour of religion is matched only with the regal decorum and dignity that a king commands. The festival jumps out of the pages of philosophy and comes alive.
This started with the king, his name was Harnakasha, and it was fourth reincarnation of Vishnu, who came to kill the king. The king was a nice king before, and then one day he wanted to become king of universe. So he prayed for Brahma. Brahma is the creator, And the main thing he asked that I don't want to die anymore, I want to live always. Now, he was a nice guy before, he changed because he had some powers which were more than other people. One day he thought he should kill his son Prahlad because he don't need him. He's not going to die, so he don't need anybody to replace him. And king's sister, her name was Holika, and he has got a worship from Brahma that if she touches somebody, he will burn her. So he got this idea, called his sister, and in center of the city they made a big place and they brought Prahlad over there with her aunt. He said, okay, you are going to touch Prahlad in front of everybody and he's going to burn. Prahlad did his prayer to Vishnu, and the thing happened was amazing because Prahlad was safe and her aunt, Holika, she got burned. So what we did in the palace with the fire and all, it was Prahlad and the aunt, and we put fire, and then after that the wood which left, it presents Prahlad. So he's safe in it. Vishnu asked Prahlad, okay, ask them to put colors everywhere. So your life will change with colors and bring new life with colors in your things. And forget who is enemy, who is what. When you are going to put colors on you, nobody knows who are you. So like this, the second day, Holi festival is there. And everybody, they go to friends, they go to meet and they forget all their rest of their life and they enjoy this day. So like this, we call it, first day is Holika Dahan, second day is Festival of Colors. So we enjoy this, yeah.
Unfortunately, when you say Holi, the people think it's that color is Holi, whereas actually the Holi is the day before. And the color is in celebration of the death of Holika and the survival of Prahlad. It's in celebration of the good over evil.
Whatever he is doing for his public and for the subjects. So they look upon the Maharana as a god, and then whatever is predicted, they accept it and they rejoice it, and the celebrations are there. As you see the fire burning, it is forecasted that what is the season going to be like, the year going to be good or bad, or how are the monsoons going to take place, wind directions. There's so many studies going on. So Holi is a very, very important festival for all of us. The world scenario has changed, but the backbone still remains. So we have to follow the custom and traditions, which allows us to grow for the next year.
The whole ceremony basically is all about basic Hindu philosophy of triumph of good over evil in every which way. And that value basically the culture tries to pass it on from one generation to the other. Colors also signify, the bright side of life, right? And hence when you play with colors, you shed a lot of inhibitions in life, you shed a lot of evil in life and let bygones be bygones, and it's a great way of making friends and keeping old ones with you.
Colors, they are coming from the nature. So when you put color on somebody, his nature from inside will come out. If somebody is angry with somebody, but you're putting color and the joy and all with that. Somebody's elder, you are afraid of him, but this day you put color and you just go and you can just hug him. So people, they forget everything.
It's one day in that whole year when you celebrate. Again, a lot of it is connected with India being an agricultural nation mainly, right? Everything is connected with harvest. So if you look at the Hindu calendar, after every harvest there comes a festival, whether it is Diwali or Holi. It's basically a way of celebrating a good harvest and looking for a very prosperous year ahead.
So everybody's mixing up. You will see here, then people will come from outside and all. They come, they enjoy. Rest of the year they don't enter the house, but today they will feel, oh, I'll go and put color on this guy. Everybody is allowed to enter your house. Nobody can say, no, no, don't enter here. They will just come, they will put color, they will have a glass and they will enjoy, and then they'll go back home.
The colors and how they signify in Indian mythology, wherein red means a lot of passion and also a bit of prosperity, fertility, green again prosperity, calm, peace. Blue and yellow are also in the Hindu mythology and traditions supposed to be very sacred colors, and these are the colors that people play with and exchange when they color one another, wishing the other person that much good and prosperity and calm into other people's lives. But now people have realized that how harmful it is when you again wash it down. So now they are going to the original way of how colors were made, leaves were powdered. There is a local flower which is kesu, and they would powder the flowers, make red out of it, and turmeric for yellow, to make good colors, and they are less harmful. People have accepted that going back to nature is the safest way of saving humanity and our environment.
Amidst the backdrop of mantras and royalty, the effigy of the demoness Holika is set alight. Amidst the puja and opulence, the eternal flame of truth stands as a reminder of the triumph of good over evil. Amidst the magnificence of a castle stands the strong assurance of God's protection for the righteous as the pyre of evil is once more razed to the ground. Another Holi, another victory.
Burning of the effigy of Holi is a very positive thing. It's about burning your egos down. It's about getting all the negativities out of your life. It kind of signifies that.
Fire is one of the elements which created the universe. And fire is also something which destroys evil. So Holika gets burnt. And when you are burnt, it's the finality. Whereas Prahlad, who innocently went and sat in her lap, is rescued and is taken away. So that is the significance of the fire ceremony. Actually, the people who come from abroad, the international guests, are very curious about our culture. And the ones who come here are serious students of culture and living heritage. They want to experience it, but they also read up a lot before coming. So when they come here, they get to see, they get to learn, they ask questions, and therefore it is getting bigger and bigger as far as the foreign international guests are concerned.
The difference between Europe and India or Western or America, whatever, and here is there they live for themselves. Here we live for family. This is what important here. When you go in front something where it's my glass, it's my pen, it's this, it's there. I got friends come, they stay in our house, and they want something, just open the fridge, open this, take that, take this glass. You don't have to ask, you are in the house, you are family. We are becoming a modern country, but still we are living with the traditions here. And when these Europeans, they come to India, they feel the same thing. Sometimes they start crying here, that we never felt that, we never did this, like that. So they enjoy. Then now when they will go back for 6 months, Indian holidays will be there in mind. What we did in India, how they lived. Best thing.
For a European visitor and for its first time in India, I must say that it was quite a unique experience, probably once in a lifetime, as one would say. The intensity of the religion in India, which is very strong and which is very deep in people's heart and minds, and seeing the tradition was very interesting, very fulfilling.
Happy Holi to you, South Africa. Happy Holi to you.
It's a huge country here, it's more than 1 billion inhabitants, but you see that there is a strong bonding between all the people in the street and that they communicate this with the colors. And it's very refreshing, it's very colorful, it's just beautiful.
It may so happen that the circumstances will change provided the new generation takes over. There will be an intellectual revolution and people from Mewar who are enterprising will come up with fantastic solutions which will see to it that India becomes a solid and more progressive nation in days to come.
Because these are values which have stood the test of time, and they are sustainable values, been there for centuries.
In fact, by upholding such traditional functions and celebrations, we may be in a position to consolidate the past better than dissipating it in the future.
There has been a breakdown of this cultural continuation of the living heritage, as I call it. Therefore, the youth in its youthfulness can only think of throwing these chemical colors and considering that this is the only meaning of this spring festival of Holi. We are to be blamed. We have not educated them. We have not shown them the direction. We have not pointed out the other aspects of the Rang of Holi, whether it's in music or is it in food or is it in color or in what you wear and so on and so forth.
And I am pretty sure that things will change for the better by more and more traditional celebrations of this kind in the coming days.
Udaipur, with its picturesque palaces, beautiful lakes, unique art, and impressive history, living Hindu Dharma through the power of its past, in a palace for the future.
It's a part of my heritage. I'm very proud to be a part of that. And I would like to pass on to my future generations as well what we've learned from our parents. It's been absolutely wonderful. And I'm really inspired to do something for my own state, for my own city, and for my own community as well.